Okay, so I guess I need to update everybody because I've been told that I need to vlog more. I guess I don't bring you up to date about what's going on in my life and what we're doing with my toys and projects and so on and so forth. So I guess I'll make my first official real update. Not real good at these, but I guess I'll kind of figure out as I go. Every time I go on the lake, and I keep getting asked this question, is why aren't I taking the camera with us? Is I forget, to be brutally honest with you, I forget to take the camera with us. There's so many things that you have to think about whenever you go out to the lake. Get things ready, you got to do your pre-boating checklist, you got to make sure all the life jackets are loaded, you got to have your cooler, you got to have all your snacks, you got to have everything. And that seems to be the last thing on our mind every time. We get out to the lake and I'm like, damn it, why didn't I bring the video camera or the still camera or anything like that? So that being said, I'm sorry, I haven't been updating any action photos. I know that I can barely move after last weekend because I did so much kneeboarding, inner tubing, and water skiing and everything like that I'm pretty sore. So we definitely missed a lot of action this last weekend. And these past 2 weekends have actually been the first 2 real weekends we've been able to use the boat per se since the beginning of the summer. It seems like it's always been too darn windy to do anything, so we keep using the jet skis instead of the boat. But we actually got some good, I don't know, probably 12 hours of usage on the boat since the rebuild, which is nice. We actually had time to kind of figure out what we like and what we don't like. A couple of things we noticed. The Duraback is really nice, but it gets hot and it's slick. I actually did the 2 layers of regular Duraback, which had the anti-slip coating in it, and then I went back over it with a smooth because I had dropped Inflatafoam on it. So with that being said, I had to go back over with the smooth stuff, and it made it pretty slick. And to be honest with you, it's staining pretty bad. It doesn't ever seem to really dry. The smooth stuff doesn't, and like where in the beginning of the boat, I'll show you here in a second, but where you come down in the middle to hold the tarp over it, the actual pole is making indentations into the Duraback. So I'm actually going to order some snap-in carpet, but I'm not going to actually snap it down. It's so heavy that it'll actually sit down nicely inside the boat. I really actually kind of toyed about getting some glue-in carpet because it's getting so irritating. Having to scrub it and so on and so forth. It's not cleaning very well. But the nice thing about it is it's waterproofed. The whole deck is completely waterproofed as a nice drain system. So even if I put carpet or anything like that, it's still going to drain perfectly fine. So I won't have any rot issues with it. So I have nothing against the Duraback whatsoever. It's just for some reason when I put the smooth over it, and I probably shouldn't have, it caused issues. It didn't dry properly, at least from what I've seen, compared to what the rough stuff was before. But yes, it is pretty slick. Let me see, what else the other little issues we have? Oh, how my hatches open on the back, they come open at speed. We were actually driving down the road one day and I turned around and my 2 hatches were open. So apparently where the little hatch attaches to the hatch that opens up where the little gas shock attaches to the hatch, it actually is too strong for it, so it tends to overcome it. So I'm actually going to use a bungee now going across the back of it to be able to keep it shut. And then whenever you're hauling butt across the lake, you'll turn around and the back hatches will come open because you'll hear the engine all of a sudden. So I'm going to try to reattach where those gas attachments are to be able to try to fix it. But I don't know if it's going to do anything. I like the ability to be able to open them up and get to all our storage compartments, so I'll probably just deal with it with having the bungee across it. We also noticed that the prop seems to be wrong. Wrapping to about 5,000, 5,100 RPMs at wide open throttle, it seems to be overpowering the prop. And once I actually looked into it deeper, it seems that the prop is actually a 17 pitch that has been reworked. And I thought it was aluminum, but it turns out that it is stainless steel. And what's causing it seems like that it's just cavitating like you wouldn't believe. So what I did is I went today and I bought a new 21 pitch. I say new, it's actually used, but the guy gives it to you to use to try out a 21 pitch until you like it, and then you go back and you exchange it for a new one. So I think that's pretty cool. But I'm having issues with the hub, and I'll show you over here, the thrust hub is not wanting to, not allowing the new prop to actually go onto the shaft or the splines all the way. I guess it's just the wrong thrust hub for this particular prop. So this is a 21 pitch, and that's a 17 that supposedly has worked to 19. But I think with all the calculations and the guys that I've talked to, that this 21 pitch should work. If not, we'll drop down to a 19 or go to a 4-blade 20. Not quite sure yet. So those are pretty much the only real issues we've had with the boat as far as that. Oh, I have one little issue on the intake manifold. There seems to be a little bit of oil coming up through one of the intake manifold bolts. So I'm going to actually take it out and then put some more thread sealant on it to make sure that it's 100%. As for the jet skis, we have not had any major issues with these whatsoever since I've rebuilt them. We've actually been having a lot of fun with these things. This one, let me see, this is the 780, the SLX, and it's scary fast. It absolutely, I love this ski. But with the sponsons, you can't really do 360s really well. Learned that the hard way when I tried to do a 360 and it threw me. What is a major issue we had with this? Oh, I forgot to hook up the fuel return line from the third carburetor to go back to the tank when we first took it out. And it wasn't performing very well. And man, you talk about causing performance issues. I was pissed off. I was trying to adjust the carburetors to fix it. Nothing would work. And finally I figured that out, plugged it up, everything went perfect. So to review, we've converted this one from fuel or oil injection over to a premix, and it is absolutely working out beautifully. Took out the thermostats in both of these things because the lake water is getting too darn hot, and these things were getting really warm. I mean, close to 190, 100, 200 degrees on the heads. Once I took out the thermostat, they're running about 135 to 140. Good water flow, everything's working great. So other than that, that's kind of the update for what's going on. The big Aquapalooza event is this weekend. And that means that there'll be a whole bunch of boats out at our lake, our little cove. I'm hoping to get out and try this new prop here real soon because I want to make sure that it's going to be the right one. But as you can see, it's raining. It just had like a little thunderstorm come through and got a little rainbow going on there. So maybe tomorrow, if I can get off early enough, I can take it to the lake and see, and also see if I can figure out this thrust issue, thrust washer issue. But anyway, other than that, you're up to date, and I'll try to keep you up to date on top of that. Plus, I'm trying to look for new projects to do so I can film it, help you guys out, hopefully get some information out on the web for people who want to try it themselves.